All right, let's dive in. In the next 5 minutes, we are going to unpack the core principles from one of the most game-changing books on self-improvement out there, Atomic Habits by James Clear.
You know that feeling, right? You're working hard, you're trying to build good habits, maybe get in shape or learn a new skill, but the results just aren't showing up. It's incredibly frustrating, and it's the exact problem this book was written to solve.
So to really get why this happens, James Clear asks us to imagine an ice cube in a cold room. You start to slowly, painstakingly raise the temperature. 28 degrees, 29, 30, 31, and what's happening? Absolutely nothing. It's still just a block of ice.
But then you hit that magic number, 32 degrees. That one little shift unleashes this massive transformation. See, the work you did at 28 degrees wasn't wasted, not at all. It was all being stored, building up energy for this exact breakthrough moment.
This valley of disappointment, it actually has a name. It's called the plateau of latent potential. And this is where most of us give up, right? We don't realize that our efforts are just like those early degrees of heat, building the potential for a huge change that's just around the corner.
The San Antonio Spurs, one of the most successful basketball teams ever, actually have this quote hanging in their locker room. It's a powerful reminder that it wasn't the last blow that broke the rock, it was all the ones that came before it. And your habits, they work the exact same way.
Okay, so how do we push through that plateau? Well, this right here is maybe the book's most important idea. It requires a complete paradigm shift in how we think about progress.
Think about it. Winners and losers often have the exact same goals. The difference is their system. If you're a coach, your goal isn't the championship. That's just the result. Your system is what your team does at practice every single day. If you just focus on the system, the results, they pretty much take care of themselves.
So if we need to build better systems, how in the world do we actually do it? Well, Claire gives us this simple but incredibly effective toolkit. It's all based on 4 fundamental laws.
These 4 laws govern every single habit we have, both good and bad. If you want to build a good habit, you just follow these steps. And if you want to break a bad one, you just invert them. It is that simple and that powerful.
First up, make it obvious. You know, we think motivation is everything, but our environment is like this invisible hand that shapes our behavior way more than we realize. You have to become the architect of your own world.
Check out this experiment at a hospital. Without saying a single word to anyone, they just made water more visible, more obvious, and look at the results. Soda sales plummeted and water sales shot up, all driven purely by a small tweak in the environment.
Okay, next up, we have to make the habits we want to build seem, well, attractive. And one of the most powerful forces for attraction is the pull of our social group.
This quote really nails it. It's about the power of your tribe. When you're surrounded by people who are already doing what you want to do, that habit suddenly seems achievable. And even more important, it seems attractive. You just naturally want to fit in.
This law is pretty much about the physics of human behavior. We are hardwired to follow the path of least resistance. So if you want to build a good habit, you have to reduce the friction until starting is practically effortless.
And this is just a genius tool for reducing that friction. Read 1 page, do 1 push-up, just put on your running shoes. The point isn't to get results in 2 minutes. The point is to master the art of simply showing up.
You see, that tiny 2-minute action is the gateway. Putting on your running shoes is that one decisive moment that can lead to everything else. The key is to standardize the habit of starting before you ever try to optimize it.
And finally, we get to the law that closes the loop and really makes a habit stick. Our brains are wired for immediate rewards, so for a habit to last, it has to feel successful right now.
So what's with the number 120? Well, it's the key to a beautifully simple technique for making any boring, repetitive habit feel satisfying.
Get this, a rookie stockbroker named Trent Dearsmid used this to make 120 sales calls a day. That simple, visual, and deeply satisfying act of moving a paperclip from one jar to another gave his brain the immediate reward it needed to just keep going.
So we've talked about the how, but the real magic of this book is the why. This isn't just about ticking boxes or being more productive. It's about becoming a fundamentally different person.
This right here is the core idea. True behavior change is identity change. The goal isn't just to read a book, it's to become a reader.
Every single time you perform a habit, you're gathering evidence for your new identity.
Let that sink in for a second. Every tiny choice, every little action, from taking the stairs to making that one sales call, is a vote. You are literally casting ballots for your future self.
And that's really the ultimate takeaway, isn't it? Your habits aren't just a to-do list. They are the engine through which you build your identity. So the question isn't what you want to achieve, but who you are choosing to become.